We're live. We're back.
Yes.
comiXology live. And you're back.
I am back.
Kiwi.
You know, some may say I never left.
I don't know if anyone's ever said that. You're a star now. You've been on our YouTubes. You're like a big shot. Big deal.
Big shot. I'm a big wig around these
How does it feel to be a big wig?
You know, it feels good. I feel like this is my destiny.
Speaking of destiny, it's a big Star Wars week.
It is.
Maybe the biggest of all time.
We may just call it Star Wars Live.
I don't think we're going to do that. We get sued. The lawyers are watching.
Just kidding.
So wait, did you read any Star Wars books this week, Kiwi?
You know, I read a couple.
Really? Why don't you tell us about it?
So first, let's start with this amazing Darth Vader cover. Ooh.
He looks
looks
intense.
like he might be in trouble.
He's in a lot of trouble. He's got an eyepiece missing.
So you read this too.
I did. I haven't, full disclosure, I haven't read the issues before that.
You know what? It doesn't matter. The quest continues.
Right.
So they're trying to find that little gem thing.
Mm-hmm. Little gem thing.
Yeah.
Palpatine says, get the little gem thing.
And Darth is like, yeah, okay.
Sure, bro.
But then it's cool because in this one, it's like two different scenarios. Like, what would happen if he, like, actually, like, won against him? Mm-hmm. And then what would happen if he
I was thrown for a loop.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I guess this is his final quest before becoming the evil Sith Lord.
The
Sith. Say Sith. Everyone watching, say Sith. And he gets the gem. These
There's
Jedi
a name
gem.
for it,
Yeah,
but I
the
forget.
Jedi have a name for it. All the Star Wars fans watching this are probably flipping their laptop.
Right,
over
they're
that
like,
we
wow,
can't
those
come
guys
up with
don't
it.
know the name of the
Dweebs. So he like we don't want to spoil the ending, but you see two different scenarios of him either finally joining the Sithness, or maybe
trying to fight
one
the
last
Emperor.
time.
I don't know. One
last time. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that Darth Vader issue.
Yeah, it was
cover
fantastic.
was baller. Can I say baller on Facebook Live?
I think we can.
Okay, speaking of baller, comiXology Originals. You ever heard of this?
I think I have.
Yes. You have to say yes, or we're in big trouble. comiXology Originals are like exclusive comics to comiXology and Kindle Comics. So there's a big release this week. You ever heard of Hulk?
You know, I think I may be familiar.
Hulk?
I think with his hands are back.
We have Hulk hands back there. We have a big issue that came out this week to comiXology Originals. Thor versus Hulk, Champions of the Universe. And this is only available on comiXology and Kindle. And if you're a member of comiXology Unlimited, $5.99 a month, you have access to this comic right here. I don't have a print copy to show you.
What a matchup.
It's a match made in heaven.
You think so?
Yeah, it's a good entry issue for people that maybe haven't read Hulk or Thor books before. It kind of starts out with them having kind of like a fun competition between who can like beat up the most bad guys. So it's like similar to how like their relationship is in the movies and the trailer. So if you saw any of that and you're looking to try a comic book, Hulk versus Thor is a good suggestion. And if you see comiXology Unlimited, remember, you just read it right now.
Right now.
You don't have to pay for it.
Or like wait till this is over, maybe.
Yeah, continue watching us. Make sure we hit our KPIs, and then you can read that book.
Right.
For free. Only.
$0.
On comiXology and Kindle. Let's see, we got some comments here.
All right.
Pablo, make comiXology Unlimited available worldwide. Is that your department? Get on that.
The worldwide department.
You're in charge of worldwide. Are you guys talking about pajamas? We're in a meeting, so I can't hear the audio. Jonah, I actually don't. So the pajamas, Josh is doing it to help.
Josh is doing it.
Raise awareness for cancer and kids with cancer. Kids with cancer, they're stuck in their pajamas constantly in the hospital. So today, you can wear your pajamas to work. So we look like jerks because we're not wearing pajamas, but plenty of Amazonians and comiXologists are wearing pajamas.
They are.
Behind this door right now.
Right out there.
So Jonah, I would assume Jonah is wearing pajamas and is watching. So Jonah, if you're wearing pajamas right now, let us know what you're wearing.
Yep, we would like to know.
We can talk about it on the show. Mm-hmm. Let's see, Josh, I'm not sure if anyone gets our emails. He's the man responsible for the puns in those emails.
He is.
He's wearing PJs.
He certainly is.
He is. Let's see. Chris Barton. Pitbull is Mr. Worldwide.
He is.
He's a skinny man. You ever see him dance?
Is he?
Yeah. You ever see him dance?
I don't like... Where did you see him dance?
WrestleMania. Where else would I see Pitbull dance?
He was
He
live
performed
there?
at WrestleMania.
Oh, my word.
He was doing his little... he does like a Pitbull shimmy. It's almost like P. Diddy. You know, P. Diddy does that like...
No, I didn't know any of these things. Thank you for enlightening me.
We need to move on. Andy says Josh is the one true pun. Yeah, sure.
He is.
Andy, do you want a job? That was a pretty good one.
We made that Punisher thing the other day with my skills. Okay, continue on.
Made Men. You want to talk about a book that shocked me?
Ooh, did it really shake you to your core?
I saw this cover. I saw a dude like tore up and a woman above it, and I was like, "This looks pretty violent."
Looks cool.
I'm into it. I'm gonna buy it.
Ooh,
Made
violence.
Men starts out with I'm not sure if you've ever seen RoboCop, where Murph gets like shot up a million times by this gang, and then they eventually turn him into RoboCop. But it's like really violent. Even for the 80s, it was pretty violent. It's like X-rated.
Oh.
There's a famous scene where his like hand is like right here, and they shoot his hand, and his hand explodes on camera.
Sucks.
Well, anyway,
He didn't put his hands up like that.
oh, he was like shot 10 times by a shotgun at the time. He doesn't have a decision.
Shotgun. You didn't specify the caliber.
I'm sorry. So Made Men starts out the same way. This woman and her police task force get shot up. It's like a job gone wrong. They're at a stakeout. It was a setup. And her team is like brutally murdered. The first half of the issue is just her watching her team like explode with like trip mines. I mean, maybe I'll show it for like a second. See the red there? That's like exploding bodies. Let's see. Pitbull dances like JCVD. Both amazing dancers, honestly. Brandon also says Made Men was incredible.
Yes.
Give him a hand, Andy. Thank you. But halfway through this issue, something happens that I was not expecting, and I was legitimately shocked.
Did you fall to the ground?
I like fell over into the floor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But it's my pick of the week, so.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I highly recommend you try it. Try something new. You know, it's 2017.
Well,
Act like
do you
it.
want to go on this, we'll just continue the messed up train?
I love the train.
You love this train.
It's my fave train. Pitbull loves it too.
So this is new this week from Boom.
Lazaretto.
And we think it's called Lazaretto
That's what
or
we think.
Lazaretto, something like that. So we went to college, right?
Sure, sometimes.
Can you imagine going there and there's like an outbreak that's way worse than mono? In fact, this outbreak can... Are we allowed to show this? Should I show that?
I think you should show it, like, briefly. We won't
Right.
have it on screen. 5-second limit for this.
See this
Oh my
little
gosh.
gal down here?
She's not looking
She's
too
having
good.
one hell of a time.
Not looking good.
So basically this flu type thing outbreaks in this college, and they're under quarantine after the students start developing all of these symptoms. And that's where this first issue ends, when, I don't know, I guess the government, what would it be, like the Center for Disease Control?
CDC.
Comes on in and like just covers the whole entire school with
Really?
plastic, and they're trying to get rid of this stuff now.
So is there like a band of kids that are like on
So
the loose?
there are, and they're trying to like run away from this. But can you run from disease?
I can't.
I don't think so.
You can't run from mono. That's for sure.
You can't.
My sister had mono one when I was younger, and she had to be like boarded up in a room.
Yeah, it's bad. I had it too.
Really? Yeah. Is it? I don't understand. Like, you don't hear about it a lot anymore. Is it like polio? I mean, like, as in nobody talks about polio anymore because there's a polio vaccine.
Right. I don't think there's a mono vaccine.
Yet.
Maybe you should make that.
So what are some symptoms of mono?
Death. Anyway, you guys should really read this. It's really cool. The art's really interesting. So, check it out.
Mono means one. And
Sure does.
means rail. Andy, what is going on right now?
Andy's having a good time.
Brandon is asking, is it possible that Kiwi has not seen RoboCop yet?
It is possible.
Get out.
I
You're
know,
banned.
I'm sorry.
This is your last show. Maybe we should have a team meeting when everyone watches RoboCop in one of the meeting rooms.
I've actually never seen any of the Terminators either. I know. You can close your mouth.
I just watched
Jesus.
The Terminator yesterday.
Ugh.
Literally yesterday. I recently caught mono from Haiti. Haitian mono, my lord.
Oh,
Dustin. Some of the worst
bad.
mono you can get. This issue
Should
doesn't
we go back
have
to Star Wars.
This issue doesn't have mono that I'm aware of. Star Wars Adventures from IDW. This is, most people think Marvel does all the Star Wars books. Not true anymore.
Nope.
IDW does them, and they're kind of like a cartoony, fun version, which you're not...
Less serious, I imagine.
Less serious, less death, evil.
Probably more like the Star Wars shows on TV, right?
Exactly, right. This one follows Rey as she's kind of still, scavenging. And do you remember when she was, she got pieces and she, took to get paid with food to that dude?
Yeah, those little weird things.
Well, she does that again, but that dude is kidnapped. And think, well, that's okay. That guy was kind of a jerk.
Yeah, he seemed mean.
But the problem is the new guy's even worse. So now she's like, well, maybe I need to go rescue that jerk.
She really goes to rescue him?
Yeah. She's such a sweetheart.
Also, she should just move. Move somewhere else.
This is all she knows. Who knows what her backstory is? Maybe she's Luke's kid. Nobody knows. Maybe she was at that Jedi school before everyone got, killed with the lightsabers. I think that's how Jedis use lightsabers. I don't know.
Put your hands down.
I was close.
You're not close.
Derek Charm does the art for the Rey story from Valiant High. I love his stuff.
We love him. We met him.
We did. Terminator ends with T2, Andy says.
Does it?
Listen, I'm going to say something controversial.
Oh, boy.
T3 was pretty good, I thought, when I saw it in theaters.
T3 is probably like Godfather 3, just unnecessary.
You haven't seen any of them, so you can't make that comment.
No, but I... Should we move on from Star Wars and come back to it?
Yeah, let's come back.
All right,
Let's come back to it.
I want to talk about Iceman.
Please do.
I love Iceman.
Yeah?
I really do.
He's got his own series.
He certainly does. So this, I believe it's number 5. Yeah, came out today. And... is this going to be a spoiler? Well,
I don't think so.
Okay, so Bobby comes out to his parents, who are super Irish Catholic. So as you can suspect, there's some issues with that. Mm-hmm. And the whole entire issue is just him explaining to them, the troubles he's going through, and that he just wants their love and acceptance. And then he fights Juggernaut while this whole thing is going down.
Talk about a rough day.
It's a rough day. But it's really good, and I think this is a new, different kind of book.
X-Men book? Yeah, it seems like a more down-to-earth, less kind
of...
It is.
And the language is really great. I don't know. It's funny.
Cena stopped by our office.
He did.
2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
He's a really great guy.
The writer of Iceman. He also has an autobiographical work that came out maybe a couple months ago.
I heard that's amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Highly recommended.
Read that.
I will. I love that cover.
You should read Iceman.
I can't read.
He can't. Well, I'll read it to you.
Brandon, thank you. I did just tap. Somehow I remembered as well. Let's see. Kind of ironic how Iceman did the coming out thing in X2. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
X2. I don't remember that. X2. I wonder if X2 still holds up. X-Men United. Did you ever see that one? No. Get out.
Come on, I can't with you. All right, get on with it.
Get on with it. I'm not even going to ask if you've seen any of the Predator movies, but Predator from Dark Horse. Love Predator.
I like a little crush on Predator.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's a wild guy. He's got crazy hair.
Yeah, he seems pretty badass.
Likes to party. Oh, he came out as a mutant, Allie says. That's what that scene was.
Oh.
That's what made me think of the Irish Catholic parents.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that going very well when he did come out as a mutant.
Well, didn't come out well when he came out gay either.
It's a rough go of it, Iceman. The gist of the Predator storyline, this is issue 5 of 5, so this is
a pretty awesome cover.
Yeah, at the end of the series, this miniseries anyway. Look at that. He's holding up the Predator helmets, and he's like, just... No. He's just really happy about it. This one wraps up with these people were on the run. Kind of the gist of the final issue is a really interesting one, where many moons ago the Predators landed on this island, and they were kind of like a peace colony, but they had to rise up to defeat the Predators. But not only that, but they kept a few alive in as prisoners, and they weakened them to the point where they could barely even fight.
That's so sad.
And then they threw them on this island. And then they turned this island into a big game island. So they released tigers and lions.
Wow.
While the predators,
it's Hunger Games.
Yeah, for these exiled predators.
Wow.
And it gets even crazier because this the guy's grandson who started it ends up sending the humans, human people, into it. And you get the final hurrah in this issue is the humans almost sort of teaming up with some of the predators to escape finally after so many years on the island. Really interesting take. I feel like it would be a good plot for a movie.
Should maybe do that.
Predator producers, I know you're watching.
Obviously.
Right here, bud. What else?
Should we get into this tragic
issue
of Wicked?
You showed me the last page of Wicked.
You don't read this.
Hey, check this out. This big spoiler that happened. You're right. I'm not up to date.
So Wicked came out today, and holy S. You fell out of your chair? I had to go cry in the bathroom for 5 minutes after I read this.
There's a lot that happens.
And honestly, I feel like I can't really talk about any of it.
No?
Because it's that shocking.
Wonder how Tia's holding up. Think she's ready?
I don't think...
Lou.
We don't know anyone named Tia, remember?
No, we don't know anyone named Tia. We know Lou. I wonder if she's watching.
A lot goes down in this book, and it ends with just utter terror.
It's sad. Can I say sad? It's not too much
really sad.
Lou is on assignment at I think Rose City Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And so she's boots on the ground over there.
I told her I would put in a good word about this, because we have many feelings about this issue.
How do you think
I mean the series in general, but...
How do you think she's going to hold up?
I don't know. We haven't really fully discussed it yet. So maybe when she gets back, we'll have to have a little Wicked debrief.
Little bow wow? Powwow?
Bow wow?
Pow? I think powwow is the
Bow
phrase
wow
I was looking for. I talked about Kiwi not being on Twitter earlier, Brandon says.
Yeah.
But now I have decided she should stay off until she gets a lot of movies watched.
I'm banned from Twitter.
I did show her that tweet, Brandon, and I heard her cackling at her desk.
I was laughing, because I'm definitely never going to be on Twitter.
Last book I want to talk about briefly, if I may, before we talk about Harry Potter World.
Wait, we have to talk about this too.
Last book I was going to talk about.
Okay, great.
Sorry. Astonishing XMen.
Ooh, it is astonishing, isn't it?
I was astonished because one of my favorite artists, Ed McGuinness, does the pencils for this month's issue. Ooh. And you get some really sexy old man Logan.
Yeah.
If I may say so myself. And they're battling the Shadow King. For anyone who remembers the animated series, he's that guy that fights Professor X in the astral plane.
Yeah, gotta watch out for the astral plane.
Professor X is wearing this weird night suit. It's kind of funky. But this issue is Wolverine trying to fight the Shadow King and winning. But does he?
I guess you have to read to find out.
You do have to read to find out.
So this book, Skills and Scoundrels, is a new series that just came out this week. And it's about this lovely girl named Lavender. It might be Lavender, but I think it's Lavender. And she's going on all these quests to get treasures. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a good treasure hunting story.
I love treasure.
Dragons are involved. It's like a G-rated Game of Thrones, I think.
Whoa!
Yeah. So if you like ladies and dragons, you should definitely check this out.
I love it.
It's really cute, and there's no blood, so.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous.
Right?
Love the color palette.
It's very bright, happy.
I feel happy just looking at it.
It is really nice.
G-rated Game of Thrones might be the greatest pitch I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, this season just...
You couldn't even BS your way into a comment.
The season just ended, so for those of us who want maybe a more low-key version of a situation like that.
Yeah. I was reading like spoilers about what happens at the end of that season. I was kind of grossed out. Although
You
I feel
don't
like it's happened all
read?
show.
I mean, you don't watch
I don't
that?
read. No, I also am like.
All right, so if you watch Game of Thrones, I'll watch RoboCop.
Oh man. Yeah, but that's like 8 seasons of Game of Thrones versus 90 minutes of a movie.
So, aren't there 3?
I'll watch 2 episodes of Game of Thrones. You watch RoboCop.
That's stupid. That makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense to me.
Oh, God.
So Harry Potter world.
Well, let's talk about this one more.
Oh, yeah, you have another one. Sorry. Don't mean to cut you off.
I actually read my books.
Everyone knows I can't read.
So,
it's not fun to make fun.
This book, Captain Phasma, and I don't know, I think she was like one of everyone's favorite characters from The Force Awakens, right?
I was actually listening to a podcast with Kazam. She was talking about Phasma too, yeah.
Yeah, well, she's pretty awesome. So this follows the same, it's like at the same time that Force Awakens happens. So you kind of see her perspective of what's going on with Starkiller Base and who she thinks is responsible for it. And then there's this cool part where she is looking in the woods and she's like, oh my god, I see Kylo fighting someone, but I don't know who it is. And it's like, we do. And this is an awesome page that I want to share with you. It's gorgeous. Because it's so beautiful.
Love it.
Yeah.
Although when you were explaining it, Phasma was like cursing, but I guess we can't say that.
Well, because, you know, like the part in the movie where like the ground breaks apart. Yeah. That happens. She's like, ah.
So you've never been to Harry Potter World?
I've been to not Diagon Alley. I've been to Hogsmeade.
Okay, Hogsmeade
is the
ice
where
like the snow is on the top of the buildings.
Where there's like the fire and ice dragon ride, where like the Harry Potter castle is. Where Hogwarts is. Yeah.
The castle's really cool.
It is cool.
I like the castle.
Like full disclosure, I cried when I saw it for the first time.
The castle, the inside is gorgeous, but Diagon Alley, I always call it like whatever. Remember when Harry said it in the movie, he's like, Diagon Alley.
Diagon Alley.
Yeah, I always say it that way.
And then he like...
But that is intense. It's really intense.
It's like way crazier, right?
It's crazy. There was a ton of people when we were there. But the shops like look beautiful and gorgeous, but they're like really lifelike, so they're super small. So like,
right, yeah. I remember going to Honeydukes, and I was like, "Wow!" It's like you walk in, and you're like, "Oh, I guess I'll walk out now."
Yeah, like I went into one of the wand shops, and like as soon as I walked in, like I could just like, okay, I guess
you're like,
I'll just
look
here.
with my eyes around.
It's not built like it should be at like an amusement park. It's like legit to its detriment, I think.
I think also what I liked best about there, I feel like Universal doesn't quite have the touch that Disney does at their amusement park. And this kind of blew me away as far as the attention to detail.
Mm-hmm. So, and then Springfield, USA was the same. I wanted to live there forever.
Did you?
Yeah. That was me crying when I walked into Springfield, USA. I walked into Moe's Tavern. Oh, God,
you're like,
it was
I
amazing.
feel like I'm at home.
I made it. It's real. It's all real. Let's see. Hello from London, England. I made the most of the Marvel 17 code. I got the Executioner's Song storyline. Yeah, there was just a BOGO.
Yeah.
I believe.
It's...
Yeah, the one thing I want to complain about Hogsmeade is the train. The AC was not working.
Like, not working ever? It was
105 degrees. I don't know.
Were you...
It was 105 degrees when we were in Florida, so we're in line for the train, and we see people getting off, and they're, like, sweaty. I'm like, what's going on? And, like, these people are like, oh, God, it's, like, colder out here than it is in the train. I'm like, what are they talking about?
And then you went on, and
so
you're like,
went
no,
on
we're
it,
not
and,
wrong.
like, we're stuck. It's, like, the real deal. Like, it's 4 to a seat. So I'm sitting with my son and 2 people next to me, and then 4 people ahead of us, and we're just sitting there in silence, and it's, like, 110 degrees in there.
So what exactly does the train do?
You get in the train, and it's, like, the real train that they sat in. So, like, when you shutter the doors, instead of like a piece of glass, it's almost like a TV screen, and then on the right side, it's a TV screen that shows, you know, the countryside.
Like, gotcha, like from the movie.
Yeah. So then when the Dementors come, it like gets colder on the screen, and then
except
you can see
it doesn't.
Except it doesn't. It was 120 degrees in there, and so when the Dementor, you can see like the Dementor's hand like over the door.
Oh, that's creepy.
And then you hear the kids across from you, so like their scene plays out next to you, so you can hear.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was super well done. That's the kind of like Disney touch you would expect.
Yeah,
they nailed it there.
What was your favorite part? Would you say?
We got iced butterbeer.
Butterbeer.
It was like slushy butterbeer.
I thought it was too sweet, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Get out. I liked the slushy one. It was also cool to see the kids with the electronic wands.
Yeah.
Do stuff because you can pay. It's like $45.
Do you buy them or rent them?
Yeah, they're yours.
Oh, okay.
And then like you can go to various parts of the park and do a certain motion and something happens. Like the one inside Nocturne Alley, I love Nocturne Alley.
I think that's new too, right? That wasn't there when I went.
You can go to like this photo of like a skeleton man on the wall. It's kind of like boarded off.
Yeah.
And then you do like a certain gesture, and then the skeleton just mimics whatever you do. So
Gotcha.
like the girl was like kicking her legs out and like turning around, and the
really
skeleton
cool.
moved around. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did you two enjoy San Diego Comic-Con? I love your podcasts from it. Thank you. Did you enjoy San Diego Comic-Con?
I really did.
It was not 120 degrees.
It was not. It was like a perfect like 75.
It was. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. New York Comic Con is a month away.
I know.
I didn't even realize it until someone mentioned New York Comic Con, and I pooped my pants a little bit.
You can't say that. Tia said, or Lou said, I can't have you say poop.
I just did. I just said it.
Oh my god. She's
I
gonna kill
peed
me.
my pants. P apostrophe
You
D.
defecated.
That sounds worse when you say it like that.
That sounds like hospital talk.
But Universal was probably our favorite part of the whole trip, honestly, because it was so well done. Like the Transformers ride was cool, King Kong, and I didn't realize that a lot of those like newer rides now are just kind of like rail cars with like 3D screens on the
Around
side.
them. Yeah,
I kind of like
that's
those.
pretty cool.
Honestly.
No,
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, the King Kong one was like there's a dinosaur on your left and then Kong, so you're like looking at two different screens,
Like,
and then they fight like
over you.
Yeah, over you, and then
that's
your
pretty
car
cool.
turns like sideways because you're like about to fall off. But my favorite ride was the Flight of Passage for Avatar.
Oh,
Unreal. I like vom.
Were you, like,
in
crying?
most rides? I was crying like tears of joy because you ride the Banshee, and we fast passed this like 3 months ago, so the only reason we could do it.
That's at Animal Kingdom, right?
And you ride. So the gist of this one is you're connected to an avatar, and then you ride the Banshee.
That's so sick.
So you go through the process. There's like a lot of it is just like time killing, where you're like in a room, and they're like, okay, hold your arms up. So we can like get a reading on your body to like make sure
like prepping for.
But it's all like legit. Like they filmed like high end stuff. Like the technology around you looks super legit. So when you're like sitting on this thing on the Pandora on the Banshee, the screen reveals itself in front of you, and you're like in front of like a huge movie theater screen. And you're flying the Banshee, and it was like it was unbelievable. Awesome. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I want to be on Pandora right now. I need to leave Earth and live there. But yeah, that was awesome. So when you go, do that.
I have to wait till Star Wars Land opens, which is like in 2019.
Yeah, and then it'll be like $3,000 a night to live in that hotel.
And I'll be like 60 by then.
All right, we got to get back to work.
We do.
It was a treat having you on the show again.
Isn't it always?
It's a delight. Even though I was able to say pooped pants.
We'll have to take that out.
So don't forget, Thor versus Hulk.
Thor versus Hulk.
Hulk versus Thor.
A lot of good Star Wars stuff coming out.
Champions of the Universe on comiXology. And yeah, there's like a million.
It's actually a pretty
Star Wars
stacked week this week.
It's too big.
Yeah.
It's really too big.
So much reading.
So we'll have New York Comic Con stuff to talk about as we get closer to the con. I'm sure we'll be doing stuff. And then hopefully Lou's having a great time at RCCC. It's a long abbreviation. Rose City Comic Con.
It sounds like he's a roast.
Oh my god, let's go to Roast City Comic Con.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
It's like chicken.
We'll see everybody next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.